Hello, what's up guys, the boss here. Welcome to a brand new video here on my channel, and today we're gonna hop into the Crabfest, which is the first arena I'm gonna show you after the 2.1 update inside of Survival Arena. And I actually figured out a very nice strategy, and I really recommend that you get down to the strategy, that you really learn it, because I think it's a mandatory thing if you want to get on a high place here. And I'm gonna show you that one today, and also some other little tricks which can help you, of course, to get here an advantage inside of the Crabfest. So first of all, let's check out the loadout, and I'm gonna take with me the flamethrower, the missile launcher, the ice tower, then the fury skull again, the snowball, the sheepify, and my hero. And let's check here. We need to refill the fury skull, and I think that's it for the setup. You'll see it during the video why I'm taking those towers with me. And I think it's time to hop into the first battle. And also the first trick I am giving you right now is to check out when the boss wave is coming in. You can see the boss wave here is coming in 21 rounds. And I'm not quite sure if that's the best round, because boss waves are always taking a little bit more time. So I want to have the boss wave approaching in a later round in order to have not to deal with it. So we're trying to avoid already here the boss wave actually. And this should help us to get faster into higher rounds and also get closer to our high score. So let's switch a little bit through all those arenas. You can see currently I'm always having the boss waves coming in after 16 waves. I don't want that. I want it to come in at, I think, after 25 rounds. That's perfectly. Of course, that also depends on the league you're in, and or it's also okay if the boss waves are coming in at an earlier time, because then they're still pretty weak. So we go for this boss wave right here, which is coming after 2 waves, and we should be able to deal with that wave pretty easily. And there we go. So we're basically starting to build up a maze down here, and before we start upgrading it, we are gonna finish everything so that we have a proper maze. And yeah, that's basically how we are starting off. And here the first boss wave is coming in. Let's check. Next wave is the boss wave coming in, and we're gonna check from which side the boss wave is gonna come, and then also start upgrading. For example, if the boss wave is coming from the right side, we're gonna start upgrading this flamethrower just to help out a little bit to get rid of that troop a little bit faster. So there we go. Mud Slam is coming in, and therefore we're just upgrading this flamethrower. Of course, there are exceptions that you don't want to finish your maze too early, because here, for example, you can see that Mud Slam is gonna go pretty fast down, and this is saving us a lot of time. And later on, if you're actually managing it to get very far inside of those arenas, then now I forgot what I wanted to say. That's great. I'll come back to it later, guys. But anyways, we're gonna proceed here a little bit further in the waves. So far so good. Everything is going pretty quickly. Mini boss wave is coming in. So when the mini boss waves are coming in, we start upgrading our ice towers here. But now I know also what I wanted to say earlier. So normally when there is no mini boss wave coming in or boss wave, then you better start building up your maze. That's your first priority. But of course, if they're coming in, then there are exceptions you need to make, and then you can also upgrade towers. And now let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna place here our missile launchers, but first of all we need to close those parts here, also up here with the ice tower, because then if we block this path right here, the troops would walk actually this direction instead of down to our maze. And this is of course something we want to prevent here. So let's start placing here some more missile launchers, which are gonna help us tremendously against those airwaves. That's why I'm always taking them. And of course we're also having the sheepify, which is only here for the purpose of the airwaves. And yeah, so far so good. So next mini boss wave is coming in. I'm sure we can deal with them. If we can't deal with them, we're gonna use the... Oh crap, I was just talking about it, and now the mini boss wave is walking into this direction. That's not pretty smart of me, but we're gonna take 1 damage, which is, I think, okay. And now I better place here an ice tower. That was really stupid here. Oh, that was stupid. That's gonna hurt later on probably, but we will see. First of all, we're gonna deal with this other mini boss, get some gears. We also lost some gears, so that's not really the way I want to start here. But anyways, let's place here some more ice towers, and now all the troops need to walk after they passed our maze all the way around the map. So this is gonna give us some more time, and also is the key to our strategy I'm gonna show you in a second. So we're gonna build here a loop, and all the obstacles like the walls, they're actually giving us a pretty nice layout to create a loop. Actually, we created it already. And this is only because we have here so nicely placed obstacles. And you definitely need to know that in order to get very far inside of this map. That's basically a must-know thing right here. Because it's gonna help you tremendously to survive a lot of waves. And now that we have basically our maze down here finished, we can finally start upgrading our towers, and that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. And we're so far in wave 11, 4 minutes past approximately, and so far the first place has passed wave 15, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem for us to pass. You can see we're doing here so far a pretty good job with the flamethrower and the ice towers right here. And later on, when we're getting closer to the airwave, which we're actually doing at the moment, we're gonna start upgrading as well those missile launchers. They're really important for us to at least prevent that we're taking some more damage and can survive waves, yeah, with less damage. Actually, that's the goal. So you also want to prevent that. It's not bad if, for example, one troop is getting through, but you don't want to have masses of troops reaching your sky shot generator. And therefore I'm building those missile launchers right here. And we'll see how that's gonna turn out here after we exceeded the next, or survived the next 3 waves. So heavy goblin soldiers are coming in, and you can see they're already having a lot more health. So there we can see that the rebalancing of the rebalancing actually worked, because now we can survive easier the first waves, get some gears, get our maze down on the map, and then now it's getting harder and harder, and later on maybe like 1 or 2 waves will determine if you will win this match, which was not the case in the previous version, basically, where there was a large distance of waves basically between you and the first place, for example. But anyways, let's continue here. We move our hero into center again, and we passed actually wave 14, or we're gonna pass wave 14 after this one, so let's see how we're gonna do that. And we use a little bit of the crystal skull because I wanna prevent that we need to sell any towers and send them back. Hero shall, perfect. Alright, everything's fine. So next goblin wave is gonna come in, and after that the air wave will come, so we need to finish up here our missile launchers. We can place one more missile launcher, upgrade that one, and we're also gonna use here a little bit our crystal skull again. Like I said before, I like the crystal skull a lot because it's just on level 2, and therefore it's not that expensive to fill it up again, but already on level 2 it has a huge impact on the game, so that's why I like it pretty much. Let's see what's gonna happen right here. Once this goblin died right here, we're gonna send them back, so we're gonna sell this tower, that the troops will turn around, and then we don't need to wait for a long time until the troops will again get into the maze, which you will see when we're basically have finished our maze. So here the air wave is coming in from the left side, and I think what we're gonna do is place here our sheepify, and then now the flamethrowers actually can help taking them down, and our missile launchers took out the other ones, so now we actually took less damage. Like I said, you want to prevent that you're taking masses of damage. You just want to make sure that you just take a couple of them after you reach like waves where you cannot really deal with the troops appropriately anymore. And this is also a thing where I might consider just letting them pass, depending on how much damage I can deal to them, because those guys are gonna take a lot of time, and as you know, we don't have the time to deal with all the troops here properly, but we're already in wave 17, so Am I gonna let them pass? I think I'm gonna let them pass, so that we just can proceed further in the waves and get a better score, because of course it's only about your wave score instead of your kill score. And I think now I can show you how you can actually build here a loop inside of this map, which is already here, but I'm gonna show you how it works. So with this goblin wave coming in, you can see they're not taking that much of damage at the moment. And we're also using, of course, our hero to help out dealing more damage. And yeah, so far it looks like they're not taking that much damage. So I think we're gonna need to build a loop right here. And you're gonna see in a second how I'm gonna do that and what the conditions are when it's, or what the perfect conditions are to make it work. So they took so far half damage, or can we actually make them turn around? I think we can still make them turn around to save some time. Alright, so we're gonna do the loop in a second when it's gonna be a little bit harder to do with those guys. And in 11 waves there will be the next air wave, so we can sell those parts to build some more towers, because we probably won't need our stuff here, our missile launchers anymore. Then we use here also the Sheepify, because it's helping us actually tremendously as the troops split up a little bit more. We're gonna make this last troop turn around, and this should be the end of this wave. So you can see you can play around a lot with the troops. Just make sure that you control them properly, otherwise you're gonna take some damage, and of course that's not what you want. And hopefully now I can show you how the loop is being built. So let's place here the Sheepify. Missed one troop, but it's okay, so maybe there was a mistake. And you will see in a second why I'm saying this. Because now we are having there one troop, we're gonna open up this path right here. And then we're gonna open up this path right here. And now you can see the troops will actually not move around that space. They will actually go into our loop again, which is perfect. And then we can place here another ice tower. And so far, that's basically how you can create a loop inside of Crabfest. And you can do that with as many troops as you want. You just need to pay attention that the troops which are coming in, that they pass basically this point right here in the corner, because then they won't turn around once you start selling those parts right here, the other two ice towers, to open up the loop. So this is one important thing, and the rest is basically pretty easy. Once they make it like across this corner, you sell this part, you sell this part, and then those troops will actively walk into the maze again, which is perfect. So that's exactly what I want here, and that's how we will proceed through the next wave. So this is the key of this strategy, and let's wait for the perfect timing to make them turn around, and we're gonna do that right now, and they will perfectly walk into it. Of course there's always that one troop which is down here because of the ice towers, but that's not too bad because we can still take some damage, and I'm not at all concerned about it. And yeah, that's how you basically succeed in Crabfest, and I really recommend to note that down as a strategy. In some cases probably there is also a different way with different tower combinations to make this work, but also without a loop. But I think it's always a good option to have in the back of your head that you can create here a loop in order to get further inside of the waves. So let's block this path again and block this one, and that's perfectly done right here. Wave 21 is gonna be the next one, and then we're gonna have in 4 waves the next boss wave. And we need to save up our lives for this boss wave, because boss waves, as you know, will take a lot of time, and we cannot afford it here anymore to waste any time. We're only having 7 minutes left until the match is over. So that's why it's important to make sure that you have enough hearts to let the boss wave pass. Alright, so you can see sometimes I'm struggling to talk because I'm still so focused on the strategy. Everything needs to work out perfectly. I'm trying to do this somehow the best run, so that I don't need to do it again in order to land on the fourth place. So far I could manage with this strategy to always get on the first place inside of League 5, so it proves to be pretty effective and superior to these other strategies of other players. And now let's sell this part here. In a second you could see the last goblins past this corner right here, and therefore they will run again into our maze. Perfect. Alright, now we just block this path here again and wait. We're gonna place here our snowball because I want this goblin here to die as well. Block this path here again, and this is how they take again some additional damage. And the good news is that because of the strategy is actually quite cheap with the ice tower, so you're only losing 4 gears per round basically they're doing here, and because of that, yeah, you can use it actually a lot of times and you still make profit inside of the matches. So you can see I'm back up to 10 gears, so you can do that infinitely until the time runs out basically, or you die because of an airwave or something like that. So mini bosses again. Okay, that's gonna be a problem if there are more of them, but I don't. Okay, 3. The boss wave will take 10 hearts, so we can take one more damage until we lose afterwards. So I just think we're gonna sell this ice tower right here and let them pass. Maybe that's gonna be a mistake, I don't know yet. Depends on the next wave which is coming in, if we're gonna take there some damage. But if we make it past the boss wave, then we're on wave 25, and this is actually quite a nice result in comparison to what you could see the first place at the moment. Of course that's not the best score here in League 5, but the first place here at the moment. Are you kidding me? Another mini boss wave. Why am I actually letting them pass? Now we gotta fight them. This is now a problem. Alright. This turns out to be a real issue, so we upgrade this ice tower right here, and I think we're gonna use the furry skull from now on more often, because otherwise we're not gonna make it to the next wave in time. And you can see the mistake I did there in the beginning with that one mini boss, which actually did the first damage to my sky shard generator, is responsible now, because that is responsible for that I need to take those mini bosses down here right at the moment. I don't like that. That's like, was a stupid move, and it might cost me that I'm not actually managing to get further up in terms of waves. This is bad. So far you could see those guys only took a little bit of damage, and now you know what I'm doing is I'm gonna do that next time. Alright, so let's sell this part here, and the mini bosses will walk again into that part. That's not really how I wanted it to look like here inside of this demonstration video, that we're only fighting against mini bosses, but of course the waves are randomly generated, so yeah, we gotta deal with what we get. Let's place here another snowball, close this part, and you could see already this is taking a tremendous amount of time. We just need to take out one of them. That would be already enough to get to the next wave, so yeah. But this is gonna take so much time until we actually take out this wave that it's going to be a problem. Right, that's actually 1/3. Alright, that's not what I wanted. After 15 seconds they're like only taking just a little bit of damage. Time is running down. We cannot do there a lot more. So I think I'm gonna end this video right here. Or actually we're gonna let them pass and see if we can deal with the mini boss wave. more properly, because those guys, they're not taking any damage. You could see I let them pass already a couple of rounds. And there we go, mini boss wave is incoming, Mud Slam. But we actually made it to wave 24. That's already quite a good result here. But we're not gonna pass the next wave. That one damage I took right in the beginning is causing now trouble. So that's something I also need to remember, that when you're that you need to manage how many kills you're getting. I also talked about that the whole time inside of the beginning, but unnecessary kills of course should never happen, and this is now the result of it. So wave 24 is the maximum I can get to. So let's sell this power, or maybe we're lucky and Mud Slam is not actually that dealing that much damage to our Skyshot generator, but I'm not sure about that. We should die right here in... Come on, let this guy walk. Yep, no, and that's it for this part right here. So you could hopefully see how I'm building my maze. It actually looks quite amazing. And if you do it right, of course, you can perform pretty well here inside of Survival Arena. It's a must-have thing to have in your back of your head, like I said already. And yeah guys, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this first Crabfest video I did here after the 2.1 update. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video guys. Have a great day. Peace out.